And we welcome you back to our coverage of the NBA here on the channel. The playoff push is on, although it has a bit of a weird feeling to a degree. After all, there is no drama as far as which teams will be playing post-regular season. All 20 spots in the playoff/play-in have been filled. Nobody outside the top 10 in each conference can advance for any play-in drama. But positioning is still very important, and that's our matchup tonight. Two teams who are bound to be playing postseason basketball, but at different ends of the spectrum. The San Antonio Spurs, with their 57 wins, still chasing the top seed of the Western Conference against the Golden State Warriors team, who is destined for the play-in spot with just 7 games to go. They can't finish. They can't make the top 6, and they're dealing with a bunch of injuries. They're locked into the play-in spot. 10 spot looks to be where they're going to be, but a chance to get some young, fresh legs in and some chance to get some people developed ahead of possible playoff action. So Golden State at San Antonio, our matchup as the NBA returns tonight. Good evening, everybody. I'm Seth Eaves. Thank you so much for being with us. We even say you the best seat in the house. The Spurs are just 2.5 back on OKC for the #1 seed in the Western Conference. And with OKC not playing tonight, the Spurs have a chance to cut into that gap even more. So it's a huge opportunity for one of these two teams. San Antonio 4-1 against Oklahoma City this season. 57 wins. It's been a minute since the Spurs have had this good, but it's all seeming to come together. Victor Wembanyama. You know him. You love him. Our buddy JT loves him. His favorite basketball player. Well, what a player. So the Spurs looking for a 58th win on the season. Golden State there, and it's a chance. Again, we've been doing other things since we last did NBA games. It's a chance for us to kind of get back into the NBA mode ahead of the playoffs. And well, in the last month or so, no one's been has been better than the Spurs. Top scoring team of the NBA, assists per game #1. They have Wembanyama has 94 blocks, best in the NBA. It really is a joy to sit here and watch Golden State, San Antonio play. So we're just about ready to get this show on the road. They said the tip time was going to be about 10:10 Eastern, and you'll be shocked to know that even that has now been pushed back. I tell you, man, it's interesting. It's just weird how all this works, but we're just about set, we hope, inside Chase Center. Golden State, they'll be in the play-in tournament at the end of the season. San Antonio, they're going to be in the playoffs and perhaps the #1 seed. De'Aaron Fox, Stephen Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, and Victor Wembanyama, the Spurs 5. The Warriors were all at Brandon Podziemski, Will Richard, L.J. Cryer, Nate Williams, and Draymond Green. So some NBA fans outside of Green and maybe Podziemski because of the role he played in some games last year. Unfamiliar-looking Warrior team, almost a preseason look to them as they try to get to the finish line of the regular season and set up for a run in the play-in. A brief smile from Draymond Green. He's 6'6", but he knows he's going to lose that tap to Wembanyama, and indeed he does. And it's the Spurs going left to right as you pay attention to this game in the gold, in the gray uniforms. It's De'Aaron Fox, right wing, gives it to Wembanyama. 11 to shoot. Wembanyama now gives it to Castle. Castle driving in the paint, kicking it back out to Wemby. Wembanyama, runner off the glass, good, and one. It did not take long for Wembanyama to get in on the act. 2 right away for the big man, and a chance at a 3-point play for this 22-year-old French phenom. Second, the and one free throw is good, and the Spurs lead it 3-0. So here comes Podziemski for the Warriors. He'll dribble it across midcourt. Warriors one of 4 teams to have multiple wins against the Spurs this season. Green now flips it back. Nice little 1-2 play here. Here is L.J. Cryer, the former Houston Cougar, and his three rattles off the heel. Rebound Wemby. Spurs 25-2 since February 1st. Best record of the NBA in that stretch. Euro step Wembanyama. He couldn't get it to go. Green corrals the rebound. Warriors going at breakneck speed. Warriors have it now with Cryer. We get a foul away from the ball. David Guthrie, J.B. DeRosa, and Shea Flores are officials tonight. Here, Golden State with the basketball now. Here is a long three that is in and out. Ball tapped around. And Fox grabs it. He'll give it to Wemby. Wemby across midcourt. Wembanyama nearly traveled. Wembanyama, ball slipped out of his hand. Still got it to go and put it in. And Victor Wembanyama has all 5 of the Spurs points early. Green with the basketball now. He'll give it to Richard. He'll fire up a 3. That's an air ball. A rough start for the Warriors, who again are without Steph Curry more than 20 straight games now. That Curry has missed. Here's Wembanyama for 3. Off the heel, no good. Spurs have won their last 4 road games by 25 or more points. Here is Richard. Gives it up now to Nate Williams. Williams, driver in for about 7, no good. Wembanyama the rebound. Now gives it to Castle. Castle, another Euro step off the window. No, but he'll go to the line for 2. Steven Castle, who of course knows a little bit about playing in late March, early April. Won a national championship a couple of years ago at the University of Connecticut. Last season's NBA Rookie of the Year out of Covington, Georgia. First free throw is up, and it is good. Second free throw is also good. Golden State won 2 games against the Spurs in November, 125-120 on November 12th, and then 109-108 on November 14th. Green flies in, misses the layup. Rebound scooped out of the air by Wembanyama, and then a foul on Green. And to the surprise of no one, Draymond Green is upset with the officials. So the regular season meetings, 2 wins in San Antonio did win at the Chase Center on February 11th, 126-113, and apparently Draymond got a technical. What a stunning development. Wembanyama hits the free throw. Spurs have now raced out to an 8-0 lead in this one. San Antonio just red hot. 9 wins in a row. They haven't lost since March the 12th. Fox, turnaround jump shot. It's good, and the Spurs have a 10-0 lead to start this one. Golden State needs something. Here's a 3 ball. That's not going to drop. But the Warriors continue to struggle, although here's a Spur turnover. Fox was out there with it. Golden State had a 3-game win streak that was snapped on March 29th at Denver, 116-93. 10-0. Here's Podziemski, fires and cans it. And the Warriors make the first 3 of the night. And it's a 10-3 game. And San Antonio has conceded points for the first time tonight. Here is Castle. Castle, lob. Wembanyama the throwdown. Oh, Wemby, baby. He rocks it. And the Spurs have a 9-point lead. Here's Green to a cutting Keldon to a cutting Will Richard. I think they're going to call a foul there. That was before the play, so no continuation. I'll tell you, it's weird because you think there's going to be floaters that are going to be left woefully short, and then Wembanyama's like, "What do you mean it was a woefully short floater? I'm there that was planned." You almost forget you have a guy that's 7'4" on the team. Podziemski lay in off the heel, no good. Rebounded by Wembanyama. Castle across the midcourt stripe. Wembanyama with 8 of San Antonio's first 12. Castle, lob, guess who? Wemby, 2 more. 14-3 San Antonio as Wembanyama is doing the business. Here's a Golden State 3. That one off the mark, no good. Rebound, Spurs. Champagny got it. Here's Wembanyama. Gives it back to Champagny. His right wing 3 is splashed in. Julian Champagny for 3. Steve Kerr has seen enough. Timeout, Golden State. 8:04 to go in the first quarter. It's the Wemby Show. 17-3. The Spurs lead the Warriors. We'll be back in just a moment. .804 to go first quarter. Spurs lead at 17-3 over Golden State. A reminder, college basketball, a big weekend of men's and women's college basketball as we near the end of our season. Tomorrow night, here on this channel, on Ultimate Sports Media 2, we'll have the semifinals of the NIT from Hinkle Fieldhouse. Will start at 7 Eastern with New Mexico taking on Tulsa. And then 30 minutes after that, Illinois State meets Auburn. As Golden State inbounds, more on the rest of the weekend coming up as we head back to action. Pat Spencer into the game now for Golden State. Here's Draymond Green, 26th straight game they played without the services of their Legendary player Steph Curry. Fadeaway jumper from the left block is good for the other Curry, Seth Curry. So a 2-ball for Seth Curry, cuts it to 12, 7:40 mark in the first quarter. Fox dribbles the basketball off of a Wembanyama screen. Fox lobs. There's Wembanyama trying to tap it in. He got fouled. So those tomorrow. Then Friday night we'll have the women's. We're back on the main channel Friday night for the women's Final Four. That starts at 7 as South Carolina takes on defending champion UConn. And then 30 minutes after that, Texas and UCLA. Saturday, the men's Final Four, the national semifinals starting just after 6 Eastern with Illinois and UConn, followed by Michigan and Arizona. Fox leans in, 2 more for De'Aaron Fox. We're not done with the college basketball as the Spurs go up in transition with Spencer. Now over to Yurt 7. Green, lob back inside. Omar Yurt 7 is fouled. And then Sunday, an Easter Sunday doubleheader, day night. 3:30 Eastern Sunday, the Women's National Championship game. Then at 8 o'clock, the Men's NIT Championship. And then on Monday night, we'll conclude it with the National Championship for the men's side to conclude a fun month of college basketball. So that's coming up in the next few days. Spurs bring first free throw good for Galway. Spurs bring a couple more subs in. Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson check into this game. Most games Curry's missed due to injury since the 2019-20 season when he missed 60 out of 65 with a broken hand. Second free throw is also good for Spencer, and it's a 12 for Yurt 7. And it's a 12-point game again with 7:09 in the first. Top of the key, Castle. Now, Castle slips, gets the pass away, and then it's going to be an offensive violation. So Spurs turnover as Castle slipped. Here come the Warriors. Spencer gives it with, well, no, he keeps it. Spencer leaning in off the glass. No. And the rebound by Wembanyama. Spurs have an outlet now with Harper. Nice Euro step. And Dylan Harper's got 2. Good basket by Harper. And it's 21-7. Here is Seth Curry. Seth Curry now giving it up. Here is Yurt 7. Now gives it to Nate Williams. Nate Williams off the window. It's good. Nate Williams, nice lay-in. Nice little move there by Williams. Golden State's found a little bit of a rhythm, but it's become basket trading. It's 21-9 as we do the 6-minute mark of the first. Castle trips and slips again. Gets the pass away to Wembanyama. 11 on the timer. Wembanyama backs up a little bit. Now moves. Ball slipped out of his hand. Foul call. Wembanyama's first free throw up and good. For Wembanyama, we're from La Chesnay, France, a 2-time All-Star. Just an absolutely amazing player. Second free throw is good for Wembanyama, who is an avid chess player. 12 points for Wembanyama of San Antonio's Twitter. He's outscoring Golden State's entire team by 3. And then he shows with a block at the other end. Tells Nate Williams, get that shot out of here. My goodness. Here is a catch-and-shoot 3 for Golden State. Yurt 7 missed. Spurs now on the run. Here's a lob. Oh! Wembanyama! Lob and put it in with one hand. He makes it look so effortless. He goes up the floor as if to say, what do you expect me to do? 14 for Wemby, baby. And San Antonio's up by 16. Here come the Warriors now with Yurt 7. Gives it now to Spencer. Spencer drives. Spencer, the mid-range shot from about 15 on the right side, and he puts it in. So 2 for Spencer. That makes it a 25-11 game. So we're under 5.5 to play in the first. Castle kicks it back out. Wimbenyama a 3. Or that's Johnson with a 3. That is well short. And here's Golden State with the basketball now. Seth Curry, left wing. Warriors with 9 players out tonight. Spencer kicks it. Seth Curry, his left corner 3. That's left short. Rebound grabbed by Castle. 1-on-2. Waits for help. He'll just go it alone and draw the contact. Castle is fouled. That's a pretty clear hack there by Draymond Green. So Stephen Castle will go to the line. Wonder if he'll be watching his UConn Huskies this weekend go for yet another championship. Got a chance to do something that they've already done twice before as Castle misses the first. They're looking for the 3rd time to do the double, where their men's and women's teams both win the national championship. They did it in 2004. They did it again in 2014. So interestingly enough, 2024, the UConn women did not win the championship. Here they lost to Caitlin Clark's Mastery in Iowa in the semis. Here's Castle, second free throw, rims in and out. And ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to stay with San Antonio as it was tipped around. And it was last off of a Warrior player. Champagnie re-enters for the Spurs. Castle goes to the bench. Mason Plumlee also checking in for San Antonio. Dylan Harper on the move, kicks it back out. Keldon Johnson, a left corner 3, splashes it down. A 3 ball for Johnson. And the Spurs are now up by 17. Here comes Golden State now. Looking for the pass inside to Malevy, to Malvy Leons, and it wasn't good. Spurs waste no time with the inbounds pass. Harper, now Plumlee, top of the key. Plumlee gives it to Johnson. Johnson stripped. Golden State with a chance. Chasing the loose ball, Nate Williams. Euro step. Williams scores. Good move. Good move there by Nate Williams on the Euro step. We're still down by 15, however. Here comes Harper right wing. He'll move into the paint. Kicks it back out. Harrison Barnes, the veteran, the former Warrior, into the game. He missed a 3 for the left corner. Warriors now trying to make the move. Williams, attack. Oh, good passing. Podziemski a 3. That one's good. Down the can for Podziemski, and San Antonio elects to take a timeout. With 3:52 to go in the first. It's the Spurs 28 and the Warriors 16. We'll be back in just a moment. 3:52 to play first quarter. Spurs with the basketball up by 12 as they quickly come out of the break with the basketball. Harrison Barnes, left wing, now back to Julian Champagnie. Now it's Barnes, gives it to Harper. Kicks it back out. Champagnie, a right wing three. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound grabbed by Podziemski. Podziemski now up the floor, gives it to Spencer on the right wing. Now Podziemski. Podziemski drives, is fouled, and his shot is in and out. He will go to the line, however, for a pair, the former Santa Clara Bronco. A reminder that the NHL on the family of networks continues on right now on our main channel. You've got the St. Louis Blues and the LA Kings. Thursday night, we've got 2 hockey games for you tomorrow night. Red Wings and Flyers coming your way at 7 as Podziemski nails the first. And then at 8, Vancouver and Minnesota. Friday night, we'll have the Flyers and Islanders from Long Island. And then Hockey Day Sunday, the Wild and the Red Wings. Second free throw good for Podziemski, and the Warriors now are on a 7-0 run all of a sudden. Here come the Spurs now with Harper. Johnson with 8 to shoot. Johnson drives in, no good, but he's fouled. So free throws count for 26-year-old out of Chesterfield, Virginia, who played his college basketball. Johnson did at the University of Kentucky. The SEC Freshman of the Year in 2019 by the conference's coaches. Kentucky team that went to the Elite Eight in that year's tournament. Johnson makes the first free throw. He is a big time, he loves the outdoors. He says he maintains a collection of cowboy hats and boots. So giddy on up as he makes the second free throw. Spurs coming into tonight 2.5 games behind OKC for the best record in the association. They lead it by 12 near the end of the first quarter against a depleted Warriors team. Podziemski takes the 16-footer and gets the friendly roll. And Podziemski has sparked a bit of a mini fight back here by the Warriors. They've got it to within 10. Harper on the left wing. Harper looking into the paint. Harper's going to put it up. It's going to go in. Or is it? Basket interference is going to be the call. I think Plumlee, yep, it was in this. Plumlee had it while it was in the cylinder on the rim. Plumlee did touch it, so no basket. Golden State being outscored 14-6 in the paint. Here is Podziemski in the left wing. Podziemski drives, no, but he gets fouled. So going to the line, the young man out of Santa Clara from Greenfield, Wisconsin, started his collegiate career at Illinois, Pods as he's known, before finishing up at Santa Clara, where he was the West Coast Conference's Co-Player of the Year in 2023. All-rookie first team in 2024. First free throw, good. And Wembanyama set to check back in. Harper. The Pods has 12 of those free throws. Warriors are now within 8. Keldon Johnson drives. Here's Wembanyama, right wing three. A little too strong on it. Rebound grabbed by Podziemski. Podziemski goes up the floor on the left wing. He'll try to go. Good bounce pass. Finds the cutting Leon Zanwai. Golden State's batting within 6 here. Melvie Leons with the basket. The 26-year-old from the Netherlands who played collegiately first at JUCO level at Mineral Area, then played at Bradley, the Missouri Valley Conference for the Braves, where he was a first-team all-conference performer with them in 2024. He was twice named as that league's Defensive Player of the Year. Here's the N1 free throw, and it's in and out. Easy rebound for Wembanyama. Golden State within 6 here, nearing the 2-minute mark of the first half, or first quarter. Carter Bryant into the game. Gives it back to De'Aaron Fox. Fox. Slipped out of his hands and into the hands of Pat Spencer. Spencer's going to pull long three, and that one is off the front of the rim, out of bounds, and last touched by Golden State. And it will be San Antonio ball with 109 seconds to play in the half. San Antonio shooting 10 of 16 from the floor, but the 5 turnovers has had Golden State right back in this game. 7 points off those turnovers for the Warriors as Seth Curry checks back in. Again, Warriors with 9 players out tonight. Harrison Barnes lobs it over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama, a brief double team. Wembanyama, oh my goodness! Another spectacular play. It was one of those, technically a dunk, even though it looked like he barely touched the rim on it. 16 for Wemby in this first quarter. Spencer to Yurt 7. Now back to Spencer. 8 to shoot. Spencer down. Backpedals a little bit. Poked away and a steal by Fox. Up ahead at Champagnie. Look out. 2 hands. Easy flush for Champagnie. Ahead of the pack he was. And San Antonio now has a 10-point lead. Curry gives it back to Yurt 7. Yurt 7 now over to Seth Curry. Spencer, straightaway 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, Wembanyama, and a foul. Into the final minute of this first quarter, San Antonio, 10-point lead, and Victor Wembanyama is one of, if not the main reason why they have said 16-point lead. So here's Wembanyama at the free throw line. Meanwhile, who's that? Fox? Being tended to on the bench. Like he may have gotten a cut somewhere in the mouth, De'Aaron Fox. Oh, yeah. That's a nasty one. He goes to the bench while Wembanyama goes to the free throw line. First one is good. Nine minutes, 7, and in 9 minutes, he already is nearing a double-double. Missed the second free throw. 17 points and 9 rebounds. Spencer. Spencer, fade away. It's good. Spencer gets it. Now here's Wembanyama up the floor for Golden State. On the right wing, here is Wembanyama, top of the key. Now gives it over to Castle. Castle now will hold on to it. 10 on the shot clock for Castle. Castle, 4 to shoot. Kicks it back out. Bryant for 3. Off the front of the rim, no rebound. Barnes. Castle, the offensive rebound, game and shot clock are identical. Wembanyama now has the basketball. He might just take this last shot. 3 on the timer. Wembanyama gives it up. Castle fires. No good. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. What a first quarter it was, though. And Victor Wembanyama, nearly a double-double in the first quarter. He's doing Victor Wembanyama things. We played 1 in San Francisco. The Spurs 35, the Warriors 26. Back with the second quarter in just a moment. Second quarter underway. Spurs lead at 35-26 over the Golden State Warriors. LJ Cryer with it now for Golden State. Warriors going right to left in blue as Podziemski has the basketball. Sixth of the timer for the Warriors. Back to Pods. And his pass is deflected by Barnes. And now ahead of the pack, it's Devin Vassell. He'll slow it down to find the trailing Barnes. Now Wembanyama, top of the key, holds the ball out. 14 to shoot, gives it to Vassell. Now back over to Barnes. Barnes leans in. No, Wembanyama puts it in, but there's a whistle before that. And 24 to play in the first quarter, and Stephen Castle, of course, rocking the UConn shirt as he came into the arena tonight. The former Tar Heel, Harrison Barnes, makes the first free throw. Second free throw is no good. Warriors with it now. And a drive to the basket and score it. Williams having a nice quarter. 36-28. 6 points for Nate Williams. Here is Castle. Castle now gives it to Vassell. Vassell lines one up. In and out on his three. The rebound by Podziemski. Both teams struggling from three. Spurs are 2 of 10 from downtown. Warriors 2 of 11. Here's Green. Make it 3 of 12. Draymond Green knocks down a triple. And Golden State, depleted roster and all, has cut it to within 5 against one of the best teams in basketball. Castle, top of the key. Now over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama on the high post now gives it to Vassell, who extends back out. And out of bounds on the end line was Bryant. Stepped out of bounds. Speaking of the end line, soccer commentary continues this week. Friday, 3 o'clock. It's action for the championship. Coventry City against Derby County. That'll be a big one there. Then we have 2 of the FA Cup quarterfinals for you. First Saturday, 12:15 Eastern, Chelsea against Port Vale. Then Sunday at 11:30 a.m., West Ham against Leeds. Spencer's fadeaway off the mark, no good. Monday, we have a League One game for you. A big one there with Bolton and Stockport County. 5-point San Antonio lead. Wembanyama now 17-10. Castle for 3, rim downs. Gives it back to Fox. Vassell from 26, and he couldn't get it to go. Podziemski with the basketball. Now over to Spencer. Spencer, a right wing 3. That one isn't going to go. Wembanyama now gives it up to Castle. Castle now finds trailing Wembanyama. Wembanyama fakes, jumper at the free throw line. Good. Silky smooth jump shot for Wembanyama. And the San Antonio lead back up to 7. 19-11 for Wembanyama. Here's Green on the attack. Drives and is fouled on the way to the basket. Draymond Green, the former Michigan State Spartan. 35-year-old out of Saginaw, Michigan. 4-time NBA champion with this Golden State team. Winding down what's been an interesting career, to say the least. Green hits the first free throw. Harper back in for San Antonio. Green got it. 5-point game. San Antonio with it now. Here is Dylan Harper. Harper now over to De'Aaron Fox. Fox with 12 to shoot. Fox drives, no. Fox got it back, though, put it in. Great job by De'Aaron Fox. And the Spurs lead it now by 7 at 40-33. Green with it now, right block. Green giving it up now, finds Spencer. Spencer now on the right wing off of a screen. Spencer now looks at the trailing Crier. Bounce pass. And out of bounds, it's going to be, they're going to say no Spur touched it. And it's going to be Golden State ball. Will Richard, Omar Richard, and Yurt 7 come back in for the Warriors. That's just for you, Matthew, if you're listening. Talking and doing my best more, but how about De'Aaron Fox? Just so good. Here's Vassell. Lob! Wembanyama the stuff. You just can't stop it. You can hardly contain it some nights. Podziemski a 3. That's in and out. Rebound, Wembanyama. And now the Spurs are on a run here. Johnson to the basket, no, but he gets fouled. 8.5 to play first half. 42-33 lead for San Antonio. So Johnson at the free throw line. First one up, and it's good. So another one coming for Keldon Johnson. Victor Wembanyama, 8 of 11 from the floor. 21 points, 12 rebounds. He is having quite a game, needless to say. And I know it's not a full-strength Warriors team, but still, it is all the same. 12 minutes, 5 points, and 3 fouls going in for Draymond Green. Free throw is no good. Richard now gives it up and foul away for the ball. And I believe it's going to be a hank against Johnson. Gives it to Yurt 7. Yurt 7 now over to Podziemski. Podziemski. And a collision there with Harper. Rebound, inbound to Draymond Green. Good cut to Podziemski. Now it went through. It came back to Spencer in the left corner. His 3 no good. Keldon Johnson with the rebound for the Spurs. Up the floor, it's Vassell. Vassell misses. Good save by Johnson. Wembanyama kicks it out to Vassell. Vassell fakes, drives, went for the acrobatic dunk, and it wasn't to be, but he'll go to the line, will Devin Vassell. 25-year-old out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Played his college basketball at Florida State. Was a second-team All-ACC in 2020 for the Seminoles. And now Vassell is talking with Draymond Green. I tell you what, there's some NBA players that when they eventually retire, we're gonna have, we're gonna sell it. We're gonna, be upset, and we're gonna miss them, and we're gonna celebrate the greatness of their careers as Vassell makes the first free throw. Draymond Green's going to retire. There's going to be a universal celebration because is there anybody that likes this guy? I mean, let's be honest here. No one is going to miss him when him play. Unfortunately, for many, he's going to go to broadcasting. Because, the world needs more Draymond Green, or so I'm told. Vassell, second free throw. Part of that Florida State team that was the regular season champs and looked set for a deep run of the 2020 NCAA tournament with the Noles before COVID came in and squashed that. Spencer now for Golden State. 11 to shoot. Spencer, 5 to shoot. Long free throw, no good, and long three-pointer, no good. And it didn't hit the rim, and it's a shot clock violation. A 12-point lead, 7:29 to play first half. Dylan Harper drives. Puts it in. Dylan Harper with the deuce. Leon's now lit for Golden State. He'll give it to Richard. Yurt 7. Richard now bang over to Leon's. A 9-0 run for the Spurs. Here is Leon's. Lost it. Saved by Fox before going out of bounds. Vassell to Champagny, who drives, and he scores. Harper, I beg your pardon, with a basket. Dylan Harper with a chance at a three-point play. And the 20-year-old out of Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, the former Rutgers Scarlet Knight, will go to the line. A third-team All-Big Ten performer one season ago. And a rookie will have a chance to add to his point total when we come back. And back we are. A reminder coming up at halftime. We check out all the scores on a busy night in the association, as well as news and scores from other events around the sports world. Should be an interesting halftime show for you. As Harper nails the and one free throw, and the Spurs now lead it by 17. After Golden State had got it back down to 6 a minute ago, the lead now at 17 for the Spurs again. Williams misses a leaner inside. Carter Bryant now with a rebound. Bryant now with the basketball. He'll give it to Johnson. Johnson now over to Vassell. And Vassell way off with a three, and a rebound gathered in by Seth Curry. Here's Golden State now. Seth Curry back to L.J. Cryer. Now here's Cryer now back at now Cryer again, 11 to shoot. Spencer driving off the window. Good finish. That's actually Seth Curry, I'm sorry. Curry with a nice finish off of the window. Near the halfway point of this second quarter, and a 15-point San Antonio lead. De'Aaron Fox now over to Carter Bryant. Harper. Fox from 27 feet cans it. Fox with the 27-footer, and he drains it. His just the third three of the night for the Spurs. And the lead now at 18. Off the screen, here goes Cryer. Cryer kicks it back out to Seth Curry. He'll take about an 18-footer and can it. A nickel and a heartbeat for Seth Curry. 53-37. Harper now crosses midcourt. Harper now moves right side into the lane. Step back jumper from about 16 off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Golden State. Here is Curry. Curry with the basketball, now to the right wing. Curry now moves into the paint. Long two. It's no good. Rebound gathered in by Vassell. Pushes it up to Harper. Harper on the drive. Harper with the offhand no. Johnson with a tip. It's tapped around. Curry had it briefly. There's a whistle. And I think I got a signal of whose ball it was. Meanwhile, back to live action. It was San Antonio Champagnie, a catch and shoot three, no. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with San Antonio, though. 14 on the shot clock. So here goes Castle. Castle to Champagnie. Is three off the mark, no. Castle got it back, and Castle takes a bit of a tumble. Actually, it was a foul, so Castle will go to the line. Spurs are 14 of 19 at the charity stripe tonight. And two more coming up here from Stephen Castle. First one good. Spurs again 25-2 since February 1st. We mentioned that earlier. That's the best record in the NBA in that time frame. Needless to say, they're excited about basketball at San Antonio again. Can they make a run and win their first title in a dozen years? They're about as good a bet as anybody right now, you'd have to say. Up by 18. Williams driving, missing a layup. Rebounded by Barnes. Golden State now with a push. It's Castle, and it's two more. And Stephen Castle builds the San Antonio lead to 20. And throwing it up was L.J. Cryer. Foul, though, before the basket. But this is just a good move by L.J. Cryer at the line, 24-year-old from New Orleans, played at both Baylor and Houston. He won a national championship with the Bears in 2021. First free throw is good. His father played as a linebacker at Grambling. First career start for Cryer in his 16th game. Makes the second free throw in the lead now at 18. So here is Castle up the floor. Castle kicks it back to Champagnie on a drive. Champagnie inside lane for Castle. The ball stripped. .4 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the first half. Castle inbound to Carter Bryant. Now back to Champagny. Now here's another long three. This one from Johnson. It's no good. Rebound Castle. Pick back Champagny straight away. That one is splashed in. A three ball for Champagny. And Golden San Antonio is now up by 21. Here's Williams driving inside. A brief fumble by Richard. Now over to Spencer. And picked up by Castle. Up ahead of the back, it's Johnson. Then another whistle and another foul. 3:43 to go. And did we get another technical here? I think we did. Julian Champagny, 24-year-old from Staten Island, played his college basketball at St. John's. Two-time first-team all-conference selection for the Johnnies. First free throw good. His identical twin brother, Justin, who plays for Washington. Wembanyama now back into the game at the 3:43 mark. Spurs ball leading 61-39. Here is Castle. Champagny now back over to Castle. Now it's Wembanyama. He'll give it to Johnson. Johnson on a fake. Johnson, 8 to shoot. Drives. Johnson. Spins. Drives. Missed it. Rebound. Golden State. It's Richard. Spencer cutting. Richard laying it in. 61-41 now with 3:12 to play first half. Here's Johnson, right wing. Now gives it up to Castle. Champagny, a left wing three. Off the mark, no good. Wembanyama had the rebound briefly. Out of bounds, and what do we have here? Might have a foul. I don't even know. And that foul's on Draymond Green. That's his fourth foul. So, Wembanyama to the line. First free throw, good. Second free throw for Wembanyama. Green with 4, Williams 3, and that's not good when you already have 9 players missing. Foul trouble's the last thing you need. Wembanyama hits them both. And San Antonio again, a 6-point game at one point in this quarter. Now it's 22, and Wemby has 23 points and 12 rebounds. Spencer on the left wing. Spencer with 9, now gives it to Richard. Richard to Green in the corner, now back to Spencer. 5 to shoot. Williams, left corner 3. It's in and out. Tapped, rebound, tapped around, fought forwards into the hands of Castle. Gives it up to Barnes. Barnes now to Wembanyama. Thought about it briefly. Now he'll take the mid-range jump shot. Nothing but net. Swish City for Wembanyama. And the Spurs lead now at 24. Wembanyama has 25. Green cutting to Spencer. Back to Green. Spencer, layup. No, and the rebound is Wembanyama. Here's Castle on a drive, and Castle misses. Out of bounds, it'll be Warriors ball. 2:10 to go, second quarter. All Spurs, they lead by 24. We'll be right back. Since the 97-98 season, Victor Wembanyama, the third player with 20 points and 10 rebounds in the first half of consecutive games. He joins Joel Embiid, who did it in 2018, and then Giannis Antetokounmpo, who did it 4 years later. 25 points and 13 rebounds. Long three is canned by Seth Curry. And less than 2 minutes to go in the half, the Spurs lead it now 65-44. Castle up the floor now, gives it to Wembanyama. Castle. Johnson, a right corner three is good. San Antonio with a 24-point lead. Fifth three of the night for the Spurs. Green. Now over to Leon's. Now Draymond Green. He'll fire a three. That went off the heel. And the Spurs get the rebound with Barnes. Now it's Wembanyama pushing it up ahead to Johnson. Johnson to a trailing Wembanyama. Straightaway three from 26 feet. Off the mark. Rebound Curry. 1:30. Nearing a minute to play in the first half. Curry. Leon's down, gives it to Spencer. Spencer. A minute to shoot. Minute on the timer. A minute in the quarter is what I'm trying to say. Another Seth Curry three is canned. I'll make it 68-47. Inside a minute to play in the first half. Minute to play in the second quarter. Here is Castle for San Antonio. Now Wembanyama. Castle kicking it back out to Barnes. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama with two more. The Spurs now have 70 in the first half. 27 of them from Wembanyama. Seth Curry. Is it now Draymond Green? Back to Seth Curry. Right wing three from 26, a little too strong. Rebound gathered in by Castle. Game and shot clock are the same. Castle. Castle off a screen. 9 to shoot. Lob. Too tall, too long, even for Wembanyama. 7.1. Draymond Green is barking at the official. Will you shut up, Draymond? I mean, seriously. Just get over there and inbound the ball, will you? Bryant back in for San Antonio. Wemby. Spencer with 5. Spencer with 2. 1. Drives. And he beats the buzzer. And that'll take us to halftime. But the Spurs are the one doing the damage. Another great first half from the great Victor Wembanyama. 70 points for the Spurs in the first half. 70-49. They lead it after 24 minutes. Halftime activities come your way next on this NBA Watch-Along. immaculate first-half performance for Victor Wembanyama. Spurs lead at 70-49 at intermission here as we march along on this NBA watch along on this Wednesday night. As we get you caught on what's happening across the sports landscape, including the association, let's start in the NBA. This is the last game of the Wednesday night program in the National Basketball Association tonight. Other finals from tonight. Philadelphia, the 76ers go for 153 points tonight, 153 to 131. 39 points for Paul George as the Sixers win their 42nd of the year. Win 44 for Atlanta. They beat Orlando 130 to 101. 32 for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. What a night for Jaylen Brown. 43 points as the Celtics beat Miami 147 to 129. New York 130, Memphis 119. OG Anunoby 25 points and 13 rebounds. Karl Anthony Towns added a triple-double. Sacramento beat Toronto 123 to 115. Team 28 for DeMar DeRozan, who hits a milestone tonight. He passes Dominique Wilkins on the all-time scoring list. Indiana won for just the 18th time this year, 145 to 126. They beat Chicago. Houston over Milwaukee tonight. Final of that ball game, Rockets 119, Bucks 113. And it was Denver over Utah 130 to 117. 37 points for Jamal Murray. So what does that mean as far as the playoff picture? Again, it's just all about who's going to be into the play-in tournament. Who's going into the play-in tournament and who's going to be in the playoffs. Well, here's what we know as far as the East is concerned. In the East, we know that the Pistons, Celtics, and Knicks are in the playoffs. The Cavs are 5 games up on Toronto. But this is where it starts to get a little interesting. Atlanta is currently in the 5th spot, but you're just a game and a half ahead of the Raptors. The Sixers and Raptors are actually tied for 6th, but the tiebreaker means the Sixers get it. Again, you want to be top 6 if you can, because that means if you finish in the top 6, you avoid the play-in tournament. Toronto currently 7th. They're tied. Charlotte and Orlando just 2 back of the play of 6th, and Miami is just 2.5 out of 6th place. Now in the West, well, not a whole lot happening here. 4 teams are guaranteed spots in the playoffs. The Thunder, the Spurs, the Lakers, and the Nuggets are all heading into the tournament there. Where it gets interesting, Houston in 5th looks pretty good. 5 games ahead of 7th place Phoenix. And then Minnesota 4.5 ahead of the Suns for that last playoff spot. Suns are in the first play-in spot, along with the Clippers, who are 8th, the Trailblazers 9th, Warriors 10th. There could be some movement for seeds 8, 9, 10, but it doesn't look like either one of the teams are going to move up into the top 6. None of the teams are going to move into the top 6. So the play-in looks as if so everything is all set there. So that's across the NBA tonight. NBA. Also, a report came out that Michigan State head basketball coach Tom Izzo claims that he seriously eyed the Phoenix Suns head coaching job last summer. So that's an interesting one here. So that's an interesting one for you in as far as that is concerned. How about the NHL playoff push? One of our live streams right now on our other channel, our other channel, the Kings and Blues tied with 3:53 to play in the third. It's 1-1. It's Anaheim leading San Jose 3-2 in the third. And meanwhile, what a wild game in Denver. Worst against first as far as the entire league. Brock Boeser with a hat trick. Vancouver blew a 4-goal lead, then came back to beat Colorado 8-6 by 8 goals to 6. Absolutely crazy. So here's the way the NHL playoff standings look, as most teams have about 7 or 8 games left in their season. Again, only 2 teams in the NHL period have been mathematically eliminated from playoff consideration. In the Atlantic Division, the Sabres are still in first place with 100 points, 2 points ahead of Tampa Bay, and then 4 points ahead of third place Montreal. Carolina's also won 100, 8 ahead of the Penguins, and 11 ahead of the Islanders in the Metro Division. Right now, the Bruins and the Blue Jackets hold the 2 wild card spots. The Blue Jackets will have lost 4 in a row. Again, 2 points for a win, 1 for an overtime loss. The Blue Jackets have the last wild card spot currently with just 7 games to go, 8 for some, by 2 points over Ottawa, Detroit, and Philadelphia. The Capitals are just 3 back. The Devils are 10 back, so it's just about into the road for them. Toronto and Florida are mathematically still alive, but no realistic chance. In the West, well, the Avalanche and the Stars have already clinched their playoff spots. The top 2 of the Central, Colorado on 108 points, Dallas on 100. Minnesota's the other automatic qualifier from the Central on 94. The Ducks still lead the Pacific on 87 points. Edmonton second with 85. Vegas third on 82. The current wildcard spots are being held by Utah on 82 and Nashville on 77. Nashville holds the last wildcard spot by just a point over Los Angeles and Winnipeg. The Sharks and the Kraken 2 back. The Blues are 4 back. The Flames 7 back as we get set for the stretch run in the NHL. And could all the California teams make the playoffs? Now, wouldn't that be something? Major League Baseball action tonight. A busy Wednesday as we're into the second full week of the season. The Braves beat the A's by a score of 5-1. Baltimore 8, Texas 3. Pittsburgh got a win from Paul Steen. They took down Cincinnati 8-3. Phillies over the Nationals 6-5. Rockies beat the Blue Jays 2-1 and 10. Miami blanked the White Sox 10-0. St. Louis beats the Mets 2-1 off a couple of mistakes from Francisco Lindor. Milwaukee 8-1 over Tampa. They're 5-1. Red Sox are now 1-5 after a 6-4 loss to the Astros. Cubs beat the Angels 6-2. Diamondbacks 1-0 over the Tigers. Yankees go to 5-1 with a 5-3 win over the Mariners. Padres avoided a sweep from the Giants 7-1. Kansas City beat Minnesota 13-9. And Cleveland won the rubber match against the Dodgers 4-1 to take that series. And real quick, just to finish up some other news in college basketball. Bill Self is coming back to Kansas for the 2026-27 season. There had been some speculation that he would be retiring, but that has been squashed, and Self is coming back for at least one more year in charge. Jayhawks. Well, San Antonio, their 10th game this season, with a 20-plus point halftime lead, second most in the NBA behind the Celtics. Wemby 25-10, first Spurs player of the play-by-play era to do that, and Seth Curry, who had 27 points for the entire season prior to tonight, had 12 in that first half. Spurs up 21 as we get set for the second half. So we get set now for quarter number 3. So Wembanyama getting ready. Warriors now go left to right in their blue uniforms. Spurs opposite end in the gray uniform. Spurs were 18 of 27 on 2-point field goals in the first half, 5 of 21 from 3 from 3. Here is Podziemski looking for some help. Now Green, a left wing 3, and it's good. Draymond Green, who picked up 4 fouls in that first half, hits a 3 to start the second half. And it's an 18-point game. Here comes De'Aaron Fox. Green with 8 points. Fox now to Champagnie. Went for a lob. Green batted it out of bounds. Here's a lob. Oh, Wembanyama almost caught it, but he fumbled it, but he couldn't get full control of it. Warriors now connect with L.J. Cryer. Here is Podziemski with 50 on the timer. Podziemski, and we've got a foul on San Antonio. Spurs again, 57 up and 18 down. They are Podziemski now gets it into Green. Now back over to Cryer. Now Podziemski. Wrap around. Green, he'll try another three, and he'll hit another three. Three for Draymond Green. Yeah, San Antonio 57 2.5 back of Oklahoma City for the best record in the West and the entire NBA. Warriors in 10th place trying to get to 500 to finish the year, 3 below 500. Spurs missed that one. Warriors now trying to go on another run. They were within 6 at one point. Can they get on another run? Good passing. Green extra pass. Podziemski straight away 3, rims out, and into the hands of Champagny. Castle now over to Vassell. Castle, here's Wembanyama. Straight away 3 from 26. Book it. Wembanyama, nothing but net on the triple, and the Spurs now lead it 73-55. That's 30 for Victor Wembanyama. Cryer now over to Podziemski. Now it's Richard. Gives it to Green. Green from 27. Rims out, a little too strong. Ball fumbled around. Vassell has it. Spurs now on the run. Now Vassell will slow it down just a little bit and give it to Castle. Castle with the basketball now at the top of the key. Castle meanders to the right wing, over to Champagny. Left corner 3. That's way off the mark. Spurs have won their last 4 road games by at least 25 points. Up by 18 in this one. Podziemski double teamed. And he got the time. I think he called a timeout, and he indeed did, and he got it. So a timeout taken by the Warriors. 9:38 to play third quarter. Spurs lead at 73-55. 9:38 to play in the third. 73-55 Spurs off the Golden State timeout. Warriors now bring it in. Here is Watchalong. Now gives it up to Cryer. Green back to Cryer. Right wing three. 27-footer rims out. Rebound now corralled by guess who? Wembanyama. Here's Fox now trying to weave through traffic. Fox pull up from about 9. Well short. Rebound Watchalong. He'll give it up to Richard. Now is Watchalong. Throws a wild one up and it goes in, but the foul was before the basket, so no continuation, but still a good effort though by Watchalong to put that in. It's an A for effort, if anything else. He pushed off a Champagne, if anything else, though. But still, was a nice shot off the window, even if it doesn't count. Watchalong gives it to Green. Green now giving it to Cryer, top of the key. 11 to shoot now, Watchalong. Giving it up, Williams. Williams inside Richard. Cryer, a little teardrop, and it's good. Nothing but net, a little teardrop there from L.J. Cryer from about 9 feet. 73-57 our score now. Castle for the Spurs. Here is Vassell. Fox kick out of the corner. Castle, right wing, right corner three is canned. Castle with another triple, and it's 76-57 with 8:34 to play in the third. Cryer now gives it to Watchalong. Watchalong now over to Green. Watchalong back to Green. Straightaway three. Good. Draymond Green drives one in. 76-60. Still 8:12 to play in the third. Castle over to Fox. Fox kick out. Here's Wembanyama. Fake. Spinning. Gives it back to Vassell. His straightaway three. Swish. Swish for Devin Vassell. Lead at 19 now with 7:52 in the third. Cryer. Williams now back, or Green now back to Watchalong. Just throws up a wild prayer of a three. No, but he got fouled. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws here. Draymond Green dapping it up with the ESPN crew. In the middle of play. He's 4 of 6 from 3. 93 3-point field goal attempts this year. The most since the 2015-16 season. Fewer than 50 in each of the previous, 3 seasons, I believe what that graphic said. 14 for him tonight. 9 have come in this quarter. So it wasn't a shooting foul. And Castle's just doing some weird stuff there. Vassell gets called foul. He's just practicing his volleyball spiking, I guess. He wants to be on the Olympic volleyball team. This basketball thing doesn't work out. Folks, it's pushing midnight of the East, and it's a 19-point game with a lot of players that most NBA fans that don't watch college basketball never heard of. It might be for the Warriors. It might be about to get crazy. Champagne, and by that I mean from the mouth of this broadcaster. Champagne with the found free throws here for Omer Yurtseven. Played at NC State and Georgetown collegiately. Born in Uzbekistan, but represents Turkey. He had Turkish parents. First free throw is good. Turkish Super League champion with Fenerbahce back in 2014 when he was just 16 years old. He is a big chess player. What is with these NBA guys liking chess? Wemby likes it. Yurtseven, Klay Thompson reportedly is a big chess fan, chess player. Interesting hobby. Second free throw is no good. Not a correlation you would make, chess and basketball. Fox now with 10 to shoot. Fox drives, kicks it back out. Here's Vassell, another three. That one is no good. Rebound Green, but there's a foul. I think he's upset that there was a foul on him because he thought they had a break. I think the foul is on, and it's on Draymond Green. And I can read lips and say, he said that's soft to the official. He would know a little bit about that. 5 for Draymond Green. How did Tom Izzo put up with him for all those years? Was it 3? Did he play all 4 years or 3? However long he played there. How did Tom Izzo do it? I mean, seriously. Here is Castle, top of the key. Castle kicks it out. Johnson with 5 on the timer fires a 3. It's well short. Castle puts it in. There is a foul, though. Now, I didn't think that hit the rim, that shot originally. But Castle will go to the line for 3 the old-fashioned way. Second free throw, good. Make it 82-61. Leon's with it now. Castle, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Spencer now over to Podziemski. 13 to shoot. Podziemski on a drive off the glass. Scoops it in. Good move by Podziemski. And it's now 82-63. 6:40 to play in the third. Castle. Pass picked off. Here is Podziemski. Yurt 7 now to Podziemski. Now back to Williams. Spencer in the right corner. Now meanders back to the left. 13 to shoot. On the block, it's Yurt 7. Plumlee defending. Yurt 7 lost it. Here's Williams. Double team. Plumlee a poke. Castle a poke and a steal. Now over to Keldon Johnson. Johnson into the lane. Spins. Off the glass and good. 2 more for Keldon Johnson. Halfway through the third, it's 84-63. Yurt 7 now gives it to Podziemski. And that's an illegal screen on Yurt 7, and we're going back the other way. Look of frustration on the face of Yurt 7. That's his 5th foul. And like we said at the end of the first half, when you have 9 players injured, the last thing you want to do is get into foul trouble. Steve Kerr just has a wry smile, just as if to say, I mean, what more can I do? Castle gives it to Plumlee. Now to Vassell. Vassell on the attack. Good block by Yurt 7. Warriors now have it pushing the other way with Spencer. Now goes over to the trailer Cryer. Spencer left wing. Now over to Yurt 7. Yurt 7 with 11 to shoot. And a whistle and a foul on the Spurs. Golden State tonight without the services of Steph Curry, Al Horford, DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II, Kristaps Porzingis, Quentin Post, and Guy Santos for various injuries. And then, of course, you have Jimmy Butler and Moses Moody, who are out for the season. Yurt 7 at the foul line. Oh, a little whirling dervish. Spun around the rim like a top for about 2 seconds before it fell in. Second free throw for Yurt 7. This would cut it to 19, and he does make it. 84-65, Spurs with the lead. Harper. We'll give and go with Castle. Back to Harper. Out of bounds. Whose ball is it? It's going to be Golden State ball. Mike Dunleavy Jr., of course. General manager looking on. Here is a long 2 for Cryer, and that's good. And then a quick timeout taken by the Spurs. So with 5:11 of the third, it's an 84-67 lead for San Antonio. We'll take a break and be right back. 5:11 to play, third quarter, 84-67. San Antonio on top of Golden State as we are along, if you will, in this NBA watch-along. It's been a while since we've had NBA on our... I've had an NBA game personally, or any of us have, so good to get back in the saddle ahead of the upcoming playoffs. Harper, first game I think on this new platform, the NBA, as Dylan Harper with a lay-in adds 2 more to the total. The Spurs are now at 86 points. You're at 7 on the right wing. Fakes. Lobbing it to Cryer, and Cryer's pick. Spurs have a chance to break here. And there is a foul. Mitch Johnson, of course, is going to be among those who will be in the running for Coach of the Year in the NBA. Joe Mazzulla, J.B. Bickerstaff, Jordan Ott with Phoenix. How about Charles Lee and the job he's done with Charlotte? A team that had been floundering for years. They're at least going to the play, and they still have a shot at the top 6. Unbelievable what the Hornets have done. And let me tell you, if they can get a play-in or playoff game at home, that will low-key be one of the best atmospheres in the playoffs in the NBA. You give them a slimmer of hope. It is a fan base, the Hornet, that knows their basketball and will show out and support. Might not be the old Hive like in the 90s, but they'll come out and support this young and exciting Hornets team that, again, they're going to be in the play-in at least. First time they've been in any sort of postseason, playoff or play-in, since 21. We have a review here. They called it a clear path foul here. Spurs in control here, 86-67. Of course, with the Cade Cunningham injury, it's kind of opened things up in the East. A lot of people thought it would be Detroit and Boston. Now, as far as the second spot, who else can contend? Boston, you'd have to think, is the favorite now in the East. As Vassell will take his free throw all by himself, and he makes it. Another technical foul. And then in the West, listen, OKC and San Antonio are the 2 best, but listen, these series in the West, as Vassell misses, these are going to be absolute wars. These are going to be battles. Cannot wait for the playoffs. Spurs with the basketball now. After the technical, up the floor they go. Here is Keldon Johnson. Here is Harper, and his pass for Plumlee is cut out of bounds. Is out of bounds. Golden State now has the basketball back. Here is Leons. Now gives it to Spencer. Spencer kicks it back out to Leons. Now Spencer drives from 6, left it short. Castle and Harper. Harper, and it's picked up by Spencer. Warriors now on the run. Kicking it back out. And what is our call here? Here, I think it's going to send Leon's, the former Bradley Brave, to the charity stripe here. 4:07 to play. Leon's the one-handed free throw technique and misses the first. Of course, he's on a 2-way deal. Makes the second. Here's Vassell for the Spurs. 8 to shoot, and it's stolen away. Leon's all the way. Blocked from behind by Vassell. Spencer the save. Spencer looks for Williams. You're at 7 underneath, and he gets 2 more. 17-point San Antonio lead. Here's Castle, left side. Into the paint. Castle kicks it back out to Johnson. Johnson drives into the lane, left it short, and into the hands of Leons it goes. Here is Cryer. Cryer in the paint, and it's good for L.J. Cryer. 87 to 72 as we do the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Castle. So out of the timeout. So after the break, here's Wembanyama back of the game and back on the score sheet with 2 more. It's on a drive. Good job inside. It's now 89-74. And a foul as Harper was trying to move. So out of the timeout, here's Barnes back at his old stomping grounds, and he gets a 3 to rattle in. A 3 ball for Barnes. 9th 3 of the night for the Spurs. Lead back at 18. Here's Golden State on a drive. 3 ball and a whistle before that attempt by Richard. I think you're going to call a foul on. All right, clear out a violation against Cryer. Legal screen set there. 2:11 in the third, 92-71. To 74. Barnes, another 3. Same spot, different result. A miss. Warriors now pushing it up the floor. Leon's with it now. 14 on the timer. Cryer straightaway 3. Good. L.J. Cryer knocking it down. 92-77. So free throws here for De'Aaron Fox, the 136 mark. First free throw good. 28-year-old from New Orleans, played his 1 year of collegiate basketball at the University of Kentucky, a 2-time NBA All-Star. He's a fan of Dragon Ball Z. Second free throw is also good. It's now 94-77. Here is Spencer. You're at 7 now, back to Spencer. Spencer kicking it back out. 9 to shoot. Here is Yurt 7. Little floater, and it's good. 94-79. Here is Wembanyama on a drive to the basket, and he puts it in. 2 more from Wembanyama. 96-79 lead for San Antonio. Here is Nate Williams, guarded by Wembanyama. That's Yurt 7, I'm sorry. Now it's back to Richard. Richard now back to Leons. Yurt 7, 2 more. Good job inside there by the big fella. Harper for San Antonio, 18 on the shot clock as we're now inside a minute to play in this third quarter. 11 to shoot. Harper attacking, pulled up, jump shot, rims out no good. Ball into the hands of Golden State. Spencer has it. 7-second difference between game and shot clock. Williams on the accelerator. Foul by Wembanyama. Williams got it back. And it's now 96-83. Fox will dribble it out. Shot clock turned off. It's in Fox's hands. 10 to shoot. Now Barnes with 5. Barnes kick out. 3 on the way from Harper. No good. 1 second left and a long shot that goes way off. It wouldn't have counted anyway. And we move to the fourth, where the Spurs are on the verge of their 58th win of the season. They lead at 96-83. We'll be right back. Ready to start the final 12 minutes here as the Spurs up by 13 over the Warriors. And Golden State now brings a little bit of a pressing zone into the game, but the Spurs break it quite well. Barnes to Wembanyama. Straight away, 3, you betcha. A 3 ball from Wembanyama, and the Spurs have now hit for 99. 37 for Wembanyama on the night. Spencer off a Yurt 7 screen. Yurt 7. Little hook shot. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Wembanyama. Wembanyama up the floor now. Wembanyama, he's going to take a three, and it's going to miss off the heel. Rebound, Golden State, Spencer. Warriors now trying to push. Here is Williams. Williams to Yurt 7. Yurt 7, no good. Rebound. Skied out of the air by Wembanyama. Now Fox. Fox to Barnes. Clear path to the basket. An easy deuce for Harrison Barnes. And a quick timeout taken by the Warriors, who now trail 101 to 83. We're going to keep it here. We're going to keep it here and give you the upcoming schedule. After tonight, the Spurs, after tonight, with 6 more games left, they'll play tomorrow night, or later tonight, East Coast time, at the Clippers. Then they go to Denver to face the Nuggets, and they finish the year April 6th, 8th, 10th, and 12th with 4 straight home games against the Sixers, the Trailblazers, Dallas. They finish up with Denver on the 12th of April. That's the last game of the year for them. Golden State's regular season. Regular season, 6 more games for them. They have 4 more home games after this. Cleveland, Houston, Sacramento, and the Lakers. And they're at Sacramento on the 10th, and then on the 12th they'll play at the Clippers in the final game of the season. Of course, look at the NBA playoff picture. What's in terms of teams who have already clinched and have already made it? Well, the Thunder, they're going for the 3rd straight year. The Spurs, they're playoff bound. First time since 2019 for them. Pistons, 2nd straight year. The Boston Celtics, they're going to be there. And they're the model of consistency right now. The longest playoff streak in the NBA. 12 straight years for the Celtics. Other teams, other those who have, other statistics amongst teams that have clinched or been eliminated. The Nuggets are going to be there for the 8th straight year. 4th straight season for the playoffs for both the Knicks and Lakers. And then on the flip side, Memphis will miss after making it the previous year. Of course, Indiana, you knew that was going to be a rough run for them. Once Tyrese Halliburton went down in that 7th game of the NBA Finals, disastrous year, they're going to miss. Milwaukee will miss for the first time since 2016. Pelicans and Mavericks will miss for the 2nd straight year. 3rd straight year that the Nets and Kings will both miss. Jazz and Bulls will miss for the 4th straight year, and the Wizards the 5th straight year. Of course, the playoffs begin April 18th. The play-in tournament begins April 18th, and actually, I think that's the playoffs. I think the play-in might start a little bit earlier, but regardless, it's coming around in 2 fun months of NBA basketball coming your way. Spurs with a 101 to 83 lead here over the Warriors. So 101-83, as we're coming out of the break here. You're at 7. Now here is Williams. Kicks it out. Richard on a fake, on a jump stop. Now Leons turns around, off the window, no, tapped around, fought for, grabbed out of the air by Wembanyama. Now it's Vassell. Johnson, left corner 3, in and out. Rebounded by Golden State. Warriors now trying to push. Nice Euro step with the trailing Leons. Now back to Spencer with 15. Spencer off the front of the rim, no good. Fox now over to Wembanyama. Wembanyama, boy, he might have gotten away with an extra step there, but they don't call it, and it's 103 to 83. 39 for Wemby, 9:55 to go. Williams giving it up to Yurt7 and 2 more for Yurt7 to make it 103-85. 9:43. Wembanyama now on the move. Wembanyama and took a tumble, and Spetzer comes out of there with it. Now Williams on the break, get it 2 hands. Stuffarino for Nate Williams. 16-point Spurs lead now. 103-87. De'Aaron Fox now up the floor. Gives it back to Barnes. Fox now driving into the lane. Fox needs help. Gets it in the form of Barnes. Passes up a 3. Went for a drive. It slipped out of his hands. It came into the hands of Wembanyama. Off the glass good with 5 on the shot clock for Wembanyama. And he ties a season high with 41 points. Spencer flings it out to the corner. Williams is corner 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebounded Wembanyama. Over to Vassell. Johnson, a little bump. But the referees aren't going to call much unless it's obvious at this stage of the game. Barnes the rebound. Fox a triple. That one off the heel, no good. Rebound corralled by Yurt7. Spencer, right wing 3 is splashed in. So a 3 ball for Pat Spencer. 8:18 to go, 105-90. Johnson. Now we'll give it to De'Aaron Fox. Fox. And keep the ball in a stoppage here at the 8:07 mark. Victor Wembanyama, the first player in the proud history of this franchise to post consecutive 40-point, plus-point double-doubles, 41 points, 18 rebounds. He also has thrown in 3 blocks tonight for good measure. Vassell knocks down the mid-range jump shot as play resumes. 107-90. Bruce Hay briefly with Leons, misses. Leons gets it back and puts it in. And are they going to score the bucket, or was the foul beforehand? I don't know why they wouldn't. Oh, they're not. So it's 107-90. Inbounds and nearly stolen. $107.90. Spurs, of course, 2.5 behind there for the best record of the NBA. Williams on a drive, missing. Wouldn't say anything, right? Whistle and a stoppage. 7:24 left. $7:22 left. On a drive, it's Williams. Williams missing. Williams gets it back and rebound into the hands of Harrison Barnes. Spurs up the floor, and, well, so much for what I thought about they wouldn't be calling anything at this stage late in the game, because now we're getting some touch fouls called. And, well, nobody wins when we do that. $7:07 to go. 17-point lead for San Antonio. Heading for their 58th win of the season versus 18 losses. Golden State will lose for the 40th time this year, barring something drastic. Dylan Harper. Left wing, now drives into the paint, kicks it back out. Castle, a right wing three, good. Three more as Castle knocks it down, and that will make it now 110 to 90 in favor of San Antonio. Golden State with the basketball. We're just trying to work Leon's now. Here's Cryer. His floater is airballed. And then player falls down, and we have a bit of a ran back situation. 6:37 to go and a 20-point lead for San Antonio. Golden State after the San Antonio foul will inbound it. Cryer. Spencer now will flip it back around. 2 to shoot. Golden State better do something, and a foul with 2 on the shot clock. Against Golden State, it's going to, or against San Antonio. I'm losing track of which teams I'm covering now. I'm going to whistle here with 6:25 left, and now foul on Yurt's 7. I mean, this is, or is it Leon's? I tell you, this is like, we were doing so well with not calling everything a foul. Now all of a sudden we want to call every touch foul in a 20-point game. I get being a stickler for the rules, but come on, let's go. We don't need 3 Terry McCaulleys out here officiating, sucking the fun out of everything. My God, was he a Duke grad with that complaint? God, talk about a guy who just embarrasses himself. Barnes hits a 3. Kerr calls a timeout, and we'll take it with him so I can get my mind reset because I don't need to keep doing what I'm doing. Back to live action, and we were a little bit behind there. We apologize. Spurs hit a 3, then they get a steal. So San Antonio Moon. Here's a 26-footer from Barnes. Too strong. Yurt 7 had it. Poked away briefly, but then he gets it back. 116.90 the lead for the Spurs. Spencer. Here's Cryer forcing one up and hitting it. 3 ball for L.J. Cryer. .14 on the shot clock. Here is Bryant. Now Champagne's 3. That one won't go. Comes back to Bryant. Deflected. Champagne. Bryant, left corner 3. A little bit too strong. Up ahead of the pack here is Williams, and he'll throw it down. Another slam for Nate Williams in this fourth quarter. 116.95 as we near the end of this one. Champagne at the top of the key, dribbling it slowly. Champagne now gives it to Barnes. Castle, ball slipped out of his hands, 4 to shoot. Castle with 2. Castle just puts one up, and it's short. Rebound gathered in by Golden State. Warriors now give it up to Leons. 3 from Cryer, it's no good. Rebounded by Yurt 7, and he slams it with authority. 116 to 97. Here is Castle. Now it's Champagne, and Golden State is trying to milk it. 6 on the timer. Champagne rise and fire. Off the mark, no. Good follow inside, though, by Harper. And Dylan Harper makes it 118.97. Spencer up the floor. Yurt 7 looks for the cutting Cryer, and he puts it in. 2 more for Cryer plus a foul. It's now 118 to 99. Free throw. So the and one free throw from Cryer is good to make it 118 to 100. 17 now for Cryer. Here's Barnes. 3 ball. Good. Harrison Barnes. And he's fouled. A chance at a 4-point play for the veteran from North Carolina, Harrison Barnes. And chance the 4-point play, and it is good. 3:28 to go, 122 to 100. So here is Spencer. Yurt 7, kick out. Here's a corner 3, and it's good. Williams hitting that one, and we get a very quick timeout from Mitch Johnson as Williams hits the 3. 122 to 103 with 3:16 left in the game. So we'll be back in just a moment. 3:16 to go. 122, 103. The Spurs have really led from the word go tonight. And Harper adding 2 more to the total with a slam. 124, 103 inside 3 minutes to go. Eaves into the pass, deflected off of Castle. For Spencer, and a steal, and bounds it goes. Spencer now top of the key, flings it around. Here is Will Richard. Spencer, and they're not going to get the shot off. It's going to be a shot clock violation against the Warriors. They're going to put an extra second back on the clock, like that's going to make a difference in this game. 2:40 to play. Champagny with the basketball now. Barnes now over to Bryant. Good passing inside. Barnes 8 to shoot. Gives it up. Bryant had it briefly and foul. Violation of some. Drive. Warriors looking inside. There's Yurt 7 underneath, and 2 more for Yurt 7. Make it 124 to 105. Kick out here. That's a 3, and down it goes. So with that one, 127, 105 is we're now inside the final 2 minutes. Here is Williams, and he's been stepping up in the fourth quarter. He hits another 3. Here's Champagny with 12 on the timer. Castle. Harper straight away 3. No. Bryant got the rebound. Back to Barnes. Bryant for 3. That one is no good. Ball fought for. Castle saves it. Castle now with it. Champagny for 3. That one misses. Golden State finally gets the rebounds. We approach the final minute of this one. All Spurs tonight here. Golden State now has it with Leon. Spencer's going to try a long one, and he hits it. Long 3 ball there by Spencer. That'll make it a 16-point game. 18 on the shot clock now. Ten seconds left. Down into the hands of Castle. Castle kicks it back out. Champagny 3 to fire. Long 3, no good. Rebound grabbed by Yurt 7. Into the lane. Shot no good. For Golden State. Leons gets a second bite of the cherry. Puts it in. And a 1 second difference between 2 seconds between game and shot clock. Castle slowly dribbling it up the floor as we're now coming to the end here. Final 16 seconds. And the Spurs about to officially notch that 58th win into their pocket. And they're going to stop with put 1 second on back on the clock after a shot clock violation. Inbound into the hands of Spencer, and that'll get us to the finish line. 58th win of the year for the Golden State Warriors as they take it tonight over the Golden State Warriors, who will drop to 36 up and 40 down on the year. You see that on your screen now. An impressive win tonight, a 40-point double-double for the immaculate Victor Wembanyama as the Spurs take it tonight in San Francisco. San Antonio 127, Golden State 113. We thank you for following along on this NBA Watch Along. Good night.